Greetings, this is Chris here from Woodsman Spirit Channel. This is in part an introductory video, just saying a little bit more about who I am and the way I enjoy the woods and have done for so many years. So I'm here in British Columbia, and this is an area where close to where I'm going to build a log house soon, so I'll just show you some of the interesting aspects of nature in this area. And you'll see one or two small trees here marked with trail tape. So I'm building some constructed trails out into the back country, into the Crown land. And just behind me here, hopefully you should be able to see some quite big aspen trees, and these behind me are probably between 60 and 80 feet. Aspen is one of the members of the poplar family. Very rapid growing, quite intrusive in woodland. This is unmanaged woodland. Maybe 50 years ago it was partially logged, but 100 meters to the north of here we have Crown land, which is free land, right to roam land, and a diversity of wildlife. So I'll as I walk through today's presentation, I'll give you some indication as to what kind of creatures we see around here and how I manage myself within their presence. So here we are on an old trail that goes through the woods. It's not a game trail, but you can probably just see there behind me. I've walked it a few times, so you can clearly see which way it winds in. There's a number of species of trees here. I mean, right behind me there are some I believe black spruce, and also I'll bring the camera closer so you can see these. This is what they call a bush maple or Douglas maple. These again are quite a dominant species in this woodland, and they seem to function by being very vigorous and blocking out sunlight, which gives them an advantage on other trees which would typically grow much larger. So that's the vine maple, so called, and here we have behind me the spruce. So yeah, most of these on here are probably 40-50 feet high. There's one or two maybe within a short distance of here which are probably as high as 35 meters. So yeah, I'll just continue the walk, and close by we can see a wonderful diversity of woodland flowers. Here we have hopefully I can get the camera nice and close. This is the columbine or aquilegia. These only flower for 2 or 3 weeks. They're not. You don't see them all summer. It's currently mid-June, so I have to be vigilant around here for black bears as well. I was out hiking a couple of weeks ago, maybe 400 meters from here, and I found a huge bear scat. Maybe would have filled a 1-gallon bucket. So I imagine it's quite a big animal. We also have some very large moose on here, and from time to time along this trail you will see some very large moose poop. So yeah, we're moving into an area now where there's larger spruce trees. So I'll just turn around so you can see behind me. There are fairly high trees. and there are several species of squirrels in here, also mule deer and white-tailed deer from time to time. It's also mountain lion country or cougar country, and maybe 6 weeks ago around here there was an incident where the cougar was stalking cattle, and unfortunately the rancher had no option but to shoot them. So yeah, I mean, these are all things, I mean, when I spend time outdoors, I'm always, as you probably notice already, looking around me. Cougars tend to like to hang out in tree and just watch for prey to come by. They usually attack from the rear. From my experience, they tend to be more shy than, for example, some bears are, and probably moose are the more dangerous animal, and people tend to discount that because, you know, essentially a moose is not a predatory animal, but it's there's probably more people killed in Canada by moose than pretty much all the other predators put together. So, you know, when I walk through woodland, I not only make constant noise either by tapping a stick on a tree. I usually have a hiking pole, but because I'm carrying a camera today, I can't manage the hiking pole as well, the hiking staff. So yeah, I come here because it's a great source of beauty and godliness around here, and I find a real connection with you know, what I've grown to see as spirituality. So ahead of us we have some old birch trees, and these birch trees are paperback birch. As you can see, this one here is pretty much towards the end of its days. It's got birch polypore fungus on it, and I'll get a little bit closer there. So I'll harvest some of these and prepare them and boil them and then beat them out to be very good for lighting fires using the traditional flint and steel. So usually with these paperback, what you find is, you know, maybe they live 50, 60 years, but they tend to send off several trunks from the base. So I mean, the tree here is clearly, the main trunk is dying, but you can see the trunk behind it, which is almost as thick. If you look up, you'll see plenty of leaves up there. And of course here at the left we have a very slim trunk, which is new growth, or relatively new growth, on this tree. So here we can see the impact of thinning out the trees. You just look around here and see the diversity of wild flowers. And there's the Aquilegia I mentioned earlier, and these are actually tiger lilies. See a beautiful orangey coloured plant. And down there, come on, guess guys, what's this? Okay, and there's a flower. That's another indicator of what this plant is. Yep, you're absolutely right, it's wild strawberry. Again, not ready to be harvested yet, but give it another month, 6 weeks, and we'll be having a profusion of berries. So yeah, this is often a good territory for moose around here, and there's water down there. We can see a little ways up the road from here there's some cedar, which is quite unusual in this territory, but clearly it's because it's a very wet area. And here, as I mentioned earlier, and this is a cedar at the back here. I'm just trying to make my way through this very tall vegetation so you can see it. Yeah, I can't get too close because I'm on the side of a steep bank here, so let me zoom in a little way so they can see the fronds of the cedar. And next time I show you cedar, I'll be showing you how to harvest tinder from this tree, and hopefully I'll be able to take some dead wood off it too for using for different things like spoon making and the like. And here at the side of me is a very common round here, a young aspen tree. Not to be confused with the birch, which is just to the left, which has a slightly brownish reddish hue on it. And of course most people know that the bark off the birch tree is excellent fire starting material. That's more for future videos. So as I mentioned earlier, I was going to show you this cottonwood tree. Oh my. See if I can get you up to it. These are so-called wild sunflowers, I believe, and these are plant that the local natives used to use, called bitter root. Can't remember the exact use of the plant, but maybe I'll give you that on another video. So here you can see the amazing bark of the cottonwood. Just to give you some idea of the size, I'll just there you go. So my back is hard up to the tree now, and yeah, see way up there. What a wonderful bark. You can also use this as firewood fuel. The bark has a certain kind of a fragrant resin in it. It's also popular with wood carvers as well. You can actually carve the bark because it's so thick. There you go. Okay, so we're coming towards the end of my little hike today, and hopefully you've found this quite interesting as outdoorsmen and woods people. Oh yes, so let me pan over there and show you how dense the wildflowers are around here, following some period of rain we've just had. Amazing. Yep, lots of columbine or aquilegia and the bitter root sunflower flowers there too. Okay. Yeah, just one final thing which I think you'd be interested in. This is evidence that there's been a bear tearing open this rotten tree, clearly looking for grubs. This is quite recent as well. I can tell by how dry this decaying tree is in my hands, as it's not been here in the rain. So yep, you can see how he's been tearing into there. So I'd better keep my eyes open. See you later, guys.